Hey everyone, okay, so today you're going to be watching me get Botox and some meso treatment as well. And I went to London and I filmed this entirely for you because I'm so kind. And it was with the gorgeous Dr Frances Prenna Jones. Now she is a dermatologist and truly one of the most amazing people I've ever met. She knows everything about skin and all the treatments that work. You have to actually see her in person to understand what her skin looks like. It is the most beautiful, radiant skin you've ever seen. And obviously, I was like, I'd like that, please. So what I've done is I filmed this so you can see the entire treatments. And I'm also going back in a month's time and I'm going to film that as well. Now, there are going to be lots of people who are going to be saying, well, I don't want to have Botox, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. You don't have to. I just wanted to film it to show you different treatments and, amazing procedures that are available if you want to do that. You don't have to. It's completely up to you. Now you'll see as we go along what I had done, but I have meso treatments, which basically means that the skin is getting super hydrated, and around about 2 or 3 days in, your skin suddenly looks phenomenal. It is really, really cool. And I also had a tiny touch of Botox, and I haven't had Botox for a very long time. And the Botox that I had basically was around about here, and it just lifts the brow ever so slightly in a straight way rather than it being in an arch, which I didn't want. So it lifts this bit up ever so slightly to reveal more eyelid, and also a tiny touch here. But as you can see, what I wanted was complete movement of the face. So you can see I can still move my eyebrows, but when they're not moving, everything is smooth again. That is really, I think, truly her specialty, is creating a face that looks like it's never, like nothing has been done to it. She's also very, very holistic as well, with supplementation and diet. It's a whole round kind of ethos of beauty. Anyway, enough. Let's get on with the video. I hope you like it. Please leave nice, kind comments, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh, and information on Dr. Frances is in the description bar. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, okay, so today I am here in London with the beautiful, glamorous, and we'll talk about your skin in a minute, Dr. Frances Prenna Jones, excuse me, and we're going to do skin treatments.
We are going to do skin treatments.
Today
we're going to do your second mesotherapy treatment.
Yeah.
And then we thought to finish off a little touch of Botox. Just a little sprinkle.
There's a tiny amount.
Yeah.
Fabulous. So what is meso treatment, just for those that don't know? I don't really know either.
There are two different types of mesotherapy. There's superficial and what I like to refer to as deep. So superficial is the more traditional kind, whereas now we've evolved into the deep. And so what that means is that we're going into the subdermis of the actual skin itself. And what do we inject? We inject vitamins, minerals, essential amino acids, they're the proteins that we don't get in our diet, and ordinary hyaluronic acid. So not the kind of hyaluronic acid that's in filler, but the kind of hyaluronic acid that's in our skin. And hyaluronic acid is the hydrophilic, in other words, the water-attracting molecule in our skin. Because everybody knows that we're pro oral supplementation, but one of the problems when we take a vitamin orally is that our heart, our lung, our liver, our kidneys, they think they're more important than our skin. And in truth, they probably are. So these things never get to a great concentration in our skin. But that's okay, because what we can do is we can inject them. So on the day, there's nothing to see. It's 2 days' time when everybody will start saying to you, oh, Wayne, you look really good. And that's because that's when those vitamins start to kick in and they stimulate your fibroblasts, create new collagen and new elastin, and you get that kind of super hydration of the skin.
Fabulous.
So, what we do is we take the area that we're going to treat.
I'm going to come in close.
And initially, we tend to go about 2 centimetres apart. And as I said, around about, it's about that deep down, about half, just subdermis, all over. And then in areas of need, as I call them.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's the more, if I can just turn you this way, that's these little lines here that some of my colleagues refer to as barcodes. We tend to come a little bit closer so we get a bigger dose there. All right, so what I'll do is just do one so you can see what it feels like.
Another thing, which you'll see in a second on the video, is I have had an aesthetic cream as well.
Yeah, just to numb it.
Yeah, so I can't really feel
It's
I didn't
not
really feel much.
particularly painful. It's just that if you're doing quite a few needles on somebody, why have the discomfort of it? You can
When
just
you
put a bit of
don't
anaesthetic
need it.
on beforehand. And I tend to have little tricks, like sometimes I just pull somebody's ear because that distracts them from what you're actually doing. It's a bit like patting your head and rubbing your tum in. It's going to come all over. And as I said, we're going to come back.
See, it doesn't hurt. You're aware of what's happening without there being the pain. That makes
So
sense.
you can see. Sorry, Mo. Sorry, T. No, it's not gory at all. There's no blood or anything like that.
It's not Carrie.
No.
Dialect 17 yet?
No.
Oh.
Saturday's when you look 17 and they'll be IDing you.
I would love that. You have no idea.
So then again, the area of need, what we're going to do is, it's not filler, right? Okay. So here we go. I'll do another little area of need here where we just need to do a little bit extra. So I emphasise it's not filler, it's just
Gorgeous stuff.
gorgeous stuff. The best cocktail in the entire universe, and we're learning all the time what we can actually put in this cocktail, and we can bespoke it for people as well. So just following. So these are going a little bit closer, just because I'm going to do some extra work on those. Brilliant for all the sort of perpendicular lip lines that you get around your lips. I'll tell you what I do on my lips. I actually put it in my lips as well. So again, it's not filler, but what it does is what it does is like, bring it on. It just super hydrates them, and so they just keep that nice dewy freshness to them. So, can do it absolutely anywhere. A lot of people like to do it on chest. When we do it on the chest, we sometimes mix it with a little bit of Botox, because what that also helps with is the deep lines that you can get in between your breasts. So the reason I'm jumping around ever so slightly is because it actually has got a tiny, tiny drop of anaesthetic mixed with it as well. And so what we're doing is just sort of numbing a little bit as we go around as well. That just helps with the comfort factor. So now, what we're going to do now is, be back a little bit. I'm going to wash all the anaesthetic cream off.
So, when I first came in here this morning and Beck is holding the camera, we both said the exact same thing. We were like, what have you done to your skin? Tell me there's something on your skin. Because, and you'll probably see this on camera, but her skin is so good. You have no idea. So we both said, what have you done to your skin? What are you using? What are you using? And don't lie.
Well, it depends on how long we've got, because let's be honest. It is my job. So do I do a lot of treatments to my face? Yes, I do. But my basic regime is, you need to wash your face twice a day. There is no doubt about it. Cleaning the face is of paramount importance. And then you need to use products on your face. I do use my formula, because the reason that I formulated it was for just that reason, that you've got that one-stop kind of product that's got an exfoliator in it, it's got a hydrator in it, it's got a super antioxidant in it as well. So that's your kind of my basis of the core. And then on top of that, it depends at night. I rotate into products at night. Currently I am using some of my night work product on my face. We were just talking about it, and we want to talk about it again in a minute. I do use a prescription retinol for about 3 months of the year. There is no added evidence that for using a prescription retinol for longer than that, there's any added benefit from doing it. So that's why we rotate into other products during that time. And I'm going to show you in a minute actually how to put creams on, because we were just talking earlier on. I don't want to throw you under the bus.
Do it.
But I think one of the reasons that you've been going a little bit wrong
Just a smidge.
is the way that you've been applying creams. And it's a very, very simple thing, but
Quite the extreme
so many
approach,
people
Lily.
don't know how to actually apply a retinol product, and then they wonder why
Directly to the eyes.
they have problems.
Directly to the troubled areas. I have Enhance. I have the formula as well, but I love Enhance. Because it makes you look, I don't know how to explain it. Better.
Enhanced.
Yes. Yes. Strange name, really.
Strange name, really. It's a tiny, tiny drop of Botox. But first of all, should we just have a quick look at that's what you look like after the mesotherapy so that people can see it's not scary. You're not going to see anything particularly today at all. It's going to start kicking in about 2 days' time, as it were. And in 2 days' time, people will just be saying to you, oh, you look good. And all you have to say to that is, yes, thank you very much. And it will get better, better, better over the next month. Initially, I usually recommend that people do 2, about a month-ish apart. And then depending on the age of the person, the quality, the texture of the skin, 1 every sort of 3 to 6 months after that.
Fabulous.
So, now.
Botox, which I haven't had in a really long time as well, and it's evident, and it's slightly evident.
So we don't want. Let's just sit you forward a little bit. What we don't want is the frozen forehead look. What we want is. What we want is a nice little bit of a lift just through here. And the way that we're going to achieve that lift is this little muscle here, that's called your procerus muscle. And what that's doing is that's pulling you down. And that's why you're getting those little horizontal lines there. So if we pop a little bit of Botox there, I have to pull here to demonstrate. What it's going to do is it's going to give that nice little bit of a lift here, all right? We don't want too much here, because if we put too much here, if we chase these muscles here called your corrugator, what's going to happen is this. And
which we don't want.
And that's when you see that look that you see on some people, you'll be watching people on the telly now, when you see them, they get that kind of crinkle like that when they lift their eyebrows up like that, nothing moves, and they've got crinkle there and crinkle there. That's when you've done too much here, and you've sort of chased it that way, and it crinkles here. So what we want is a little bit there, for a little bit of a lift here, tiny bit here, just to pull the eyes apart a little bit, because we perceive that a youthful, attractive face is one where the eyes are slightly wider apart, as it were. And
I'm definitely not looking for the arch.
No, not at all. So we're just going to go for a nice bit of a lift here. Now, eyebrows up for me. We don't want frozen forehead where nothing looks and it's too shiny, because that's not attractive. But what we do want is eyebrows up again. You can see some crinkles here, eyebrows up again, and some crinkles here. So if you actually go here, relax for me, you get a little bit of a lift here, because there's a sort of a junction of a muscle here like that, and I'll give you a little bit of a lift here and soften those, leave that bit moving there, and then eyebrows up for me again, sort of 1 here just to soften there, and maybe 1 there and 1 there, just soften there. But what you can see on your forehead is eyebrows up for me again. Can you see how there's wrinkles here, but it's sort of flat here? And that's from the Botox that's been done previously. So we need to sort of avoid that and just put a bit here and put here. Some of my colleagues, they mark up with pen. I don't think you need to mark up with pen. I tend to just look at the patient, get them to move, and then I also just use my fingers so you can just sort of hold where you want to do it. And then what we're going to do is what I do on my face, around the eyes, which is smile for me. I put 1 drop here and 1 drop here. And all that does is relax for me. So now smile. It just keeps them open, okay? Right.
Beautiful.
Let's go. Now, on the next out breath. So breathe in and out. There we go. How was that?
Amazing.
Okay. Off we go.
It's not painful though, is it?
Breathe in and out.
Maybe that one.
These are little tiddlers, I think. Breathe in. Eyebrows up for me. Now relax. So breathe in. And eyebrows up. Relax. Breathe in. And out. Eyebrows up. Breathe in. Breathe in and out. Okay, then we've just got your eyes to do. Breathe in and out. Eyebrows up. Relax.
So what about, we were talking about applying
creams.
Like retin-A and things that can be irritating.
Yeah, so prescription prescription retinols, there's some tips with them. First of all, you really don't need to use it for more than 2 weeks of the year. Ideally, you want to be using it more in the winter months, as it were. Not because it's making your skin sun sensitive per se, but what happens is it's taking off that top dead layer off that's naturally building up to protect us from the sun, as it were. So it's actually going to thicken the active layer of your skin, but it is going to thin that sort of thick cornified layer. So ideally, try, for a first timer, try using it in the winter months. And then what you want to do is you can do what we call pre-medicate. In other words, put a layer of something really plain, the plainest, cheapest moisturiser that you can possibly get. E45, or if it agrees with you, simple moisturiser, anything. The plainest thing. You do not invest any money on it whatsoever. Get something plain and put it on first of all. And remember, nighttime, when we go to sleep, in that REM phase of our sleep, that's when our cells are rejuvenating, that's when the cells are turning themselves over. So that's when new products are going to do that. That is not happening during the day. During the day, we're aging. So during the day, we need things to protect us against the aging process. So retinols work by encouraging cell turnover, etc. So don't use one during the day because it's wasting money, no point to it whatsoever. The retinols need to go on at night. So you can pre-medicate first of all by putting a layer of moisturiser on first. And then there's ways to actually put the retinol on itself. First of all, more is not more, okay? Because we all think more is more, more is more. No, you just need about a chickpea amount, I like to say. So it's about that amount. And then what you need to do is you need to emulsify it, warm it in the palm of your hand, so distribute it first of all, okay? So don't take your big blob and put it straight on your face, which is what everybody does.
Directly into the centre.
Straight in the centre. No, you emulsify it first of all, and then this is how we go. So we start along the bottom, so along the jawline here. Then we go across the forehead, then we go across the cheeks, then the nose. With retinol, we stop here, as it were, because it will diffuse a little bit into the eyes, so it will diffuse through the skin planes up towards the eyes, but we stop here. Why do we do the nose last? Everybody starts on the nose, because as we said, it's on the centre of effects. But the problem with that is because we've got a high concentration of pores or glands on our nose, the product's going to concentrate there. So essentially what you're doing is distributing the dose. So bottom, top, middle, nose, nowhere near the eyes for retinol. With your other creams, you should always go around the eyes with the last little bit that's there, because that's the very last dose. Then put your active eye cream on top if you're going to use it. But remember, a lot of the ingredients that you want to go around your eyes as well. The skin on your eyes is the same as the rest of our body. It's just thinner. So sometimes it needs some extra products to do extra work, as it were. But you're missing out on the trick if you're not actually putting what's on your face around your eyes. And with so many face products as well, actually the eye product is often the same as the face product. It's just in a smaller package and twice the price. So bottom, top, middle, nose. Stop here for a retinol with the other creams so you can put it on. The other thing that you can do with the retinol is, what you'll find is for the first couple of weeks you may get a little bit of hate. And what I mean by that is, before you get to the love,
I can show pictures of hate.
You will get to the love, okay? And the reason for that being is because these are your pores or your glands and they're out here, and we want to shrink them back down to here, okay? So what can initially happen is this, okay? So when this happens, you're not producing any secretions at all, and so the skin is dry and flaky and irritated and uncomfortable, and you just give up.
And angry.
And you get angry and you just give up, as it were. Okay, but what will happen is that they'll come back up to this. So as we said, the first thing that you can do to help with that is to pre-medicate. In other words, put a layer of moisturiser on first of all. The very first thing you could do is you could use a cream-based retinol as opposed to a gel-based retinol, because
so
remember,
no alcohols.
Yeah, because most gels, exactly that, are alcohol-based gels. So of course they're going to be irritating and drying to the skin. If you were somebody that had full-on acne, well, that's a different kettle of fish, because you've got a hyper-secreting situation going on, and we want to help with that. But in general, from an anti-aging point of view, no, you want a cream-based one. So you want to have a cream-based one. You want to pre-medicate with a moisturiser first of all. If you're still having a little bit of hate, you want to look at what you're using in the rest of your program. So if you're using any glycolics, alpha hydroxy acids, beta hydroxy acids, salicylics, okay, they will potentially, in other words, make stronger your retinol, okay? So what you want to do, it's all going on,
so like me putting the DHA
and the AHA and then putting the retinol. More is more. Yes, okay. So you want to not use those. So again, you want to use a simple or a plain, gentle cleanser and a holistic antioxidant during the day. If you're still having some hate, Then what you want to do is you want to go alternate nights. So, and then even every third night. If you have to do that for about a week, and then try to build it back up to every night. You will get up to every night, but don't do what I call smorgasbord. In other words, I'll take a bit from here and a bit from here and a bit from here.
Which
it's
is
never
basically
going to happen. And the only reason that people say they like retinols, from that point of view, when they get a bit of breakout, is it's not the retinol isn't doing anything. What's doing something is, as you just said, is the alcohol. It's just drying it out. Well, you might as well get some Clearasil and just put some Clearasil on it if that's the case. The other thing that you can try, and there are some really nice ones out there, is you can try what we call a pre-pro-retinol. So sort of beyond a sort of a retinol palmitate, which is what's in Boots number 7.
Yeah.
So the next level up from that is you can try a sort of an over-the-counter retinol. So you could use that for say a month, and then build up the prescription retinol after that, and that sort of desensitizes you a little bit. So that's another way that you can do it.
Fabulous. I will give it a go, and that is the honest to God's truth. Because I hate retinol. I don't hate different. I really hate retinol. I hate it.
It's too strong. It's too strong.
Different.
It's too strong for you.
I've never had too much of an issue with it. And then I thought it didn't work because, like, I'm not.
But you didn't use it continuously, probably.
You know, I'm not flaking all over my carpet.
Yeah, but you don't have to be flaking to get results.
You wake up in the morning, you're like, that's not too bad. Smile, and your whole face is on the floor. Fabulous. One last thing as well. I'm just going to mention it one last time because I am, you know what I'm going to say, I am literally that far away, right? And you have never seen skin that this radiant. I swear to God, it is just...
I am now blushing. That's why it's radiant, because I'm blushing.
It is incredibly hateful.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it. I, of course, want it.
Well, that's what we're going to work on.
That's what we're doing.
Watch this space.
Yes, watch this space. And thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I appreciate it. I really do.
No, honestly, you're welcome.
And I'll see you all
Pleasure.
soon. Thank you.